Ferris State wins their semifinals matchup against Newberry 49-17 in a game that truly seemed like Ferris State was going to dominate from the get-go. And obviously, at the end of the day, that's exactly what they did. It wasn't really a close competitive game for the most part. Now, to Newberry's credit, they did make it a little bit interesting in the second quarter when they end up coming back from a 21-0 deficit to make a 17-21 game with about 7 minutes left to go. But truly after that, Newberry never got any closer because Ferris State not only was elite defensively, this was an offense that ran the ball as effectively as we've seen. This is a Ferris State offense that ran for 368 yards. This is a Ferris State team that threw for 143 yards. If you look at just the total amount of yards, over 500 yards of offense compared to less than 400. Now, I did talk about Newberry and kind of this style of offense that they have coming into this game. And I talked about Newberry not being able to run the ball very effectively. And in this game, they ran the ball for 8 yards. When you run the ball for 8 yards in a game, you're never going to win that game, in my opinion. This is a game that this defensive line, this is a game that this defense for Ferris State dominated. This is truly what I thought was going to happen offensively for Newberry. And even that part of the game, they still threw for 380 yards offensively. Now, again, I talked about this stout defense for Ferris State and how they were great in this game, and they truly were. Because if you look at what Newberry did in this game, and their guy in Reed Charpia, sorry if I completely botched your name, he threw for 1 touchdown, 5 interceptions in this game. You are not going to beat Ferris State if you throw 5 interceptions, if you turn over the ball 5 separate times. And you have to mention these guys like Isaiah Byers, 1 interception, Jalen Jones, 2 interceptions. He's been absolutely balling out this year. You also have Justin Pyatt, 2 interceptions as well. Like, these are the guys that have been consistent playmakers for Ferris State on the defensive side of the ball. And they just fly around. They've just made plays over and over and over again. And you truly have to talk about Jalen Jones. Jalen Jones for this Ferris State team has just been absolutely dynamite back there. Like, if you look at statistically this year, he's just a guy that makes a ton of plays on the ball. He's a guy that's going to be a game wrecker. He's also a guy that you also line up with Justin Pyatt, and he's a game wrecker as well. Like, there's been multiple guys on this team, especially in the secondary, that has just made play after play after play. And Justin Pyatt absolutely deserves a ton of credit as well. I talked about Jalen Jones, right? Like, he has 5 interceptions on this year, which is a great season, right? I don't think anyone is going to absolutely doubt that. Like, he's just been an absolute baller this year. But even those 5 interceptions, that's nothing close to what Justin Pyatt has done. He has 9 interceptions, which I believe is a record at Ferris State. Like, just an absolute baller at the defensive back position. He just continues to make plays. And if he gets the ball in his hands, if it hits it, he's going to absolutely make that play and end up forcing the other team to make a mistake. But offensively, like I talked about, great running the ball. You have to mention Carson Gulker, 115 yards on the day. Jake Price getting more carries. I really like this for him because I think Jake Price runs extremely hard. 3 touchdowns on the day, 10 carries. He, in my opinion, absolutely deserves those carries. It seems like every time he went in late in a game, he was running hard, he was running effectively. He absolutely, in my opinion, deserves these reps. Chase Carter played a little bit as well, 4 rushes for 69 yards. Brady Rose as well. But not only that, but we saw Wyatt Bauer play a little bit in this game, which is something that we haven't seen too much as of recently. 94 yards, 1 touchdown, which is awesome to see Wyatt Bauer back. Carson Gulker can still throw the ball a little bit. Chase Carter, obviously. But this was just a dominating performance from start to the end. And you really obviously didn't expect anything different, in my opinion, because I thought that Ferris State was going to come in, dominate offensively. Exactly did that. You have Tariq Brett, another big play in this one, 43-yard touchdown catch. Brady Rose, Chase Carter was involved. Mentioned Jake Price multiple different times. Tariq Bauer, a 41-yard touchdown catch from his brother Wyatt Bauer to start this game. it's just a team that is just so talented, a team that is just so connected, a team that is just so physical that you need to almost play a perfect game. And when you run for 8 yards, when I said about Newberry, you're not going to be able to be effective, and it truly wasn't really that close outside of a 21-17 game, which, again, like I said earlier, credit to Newberry for responding. I didn't necessarily think that when they went down 21-0 that they would be able to come back and respond. They got some big plays offensively from Will Young, 61-yard touchdown catch, Coleman Gray, Burke Nettles as well with the 39-yard field goal to make it 17-21. But then after that, Ferris ends up scoring 2 touchdowns within the last 2 minutes, and it's just the end of the day at that point. Newberry can't do anything offensively, and because of that, Ferris State will be back headed to the national championship, which I'm really excited about. This was a team that I predicted to go to the national championship. This is a team that I said early on in the season I predict them to win it, and they're going to absolutely have that opportunity to do so. Now it's going to be a really fun matchup, and I'm going to preview this matchup later this week, but it's a matchup between two teams that have won all the national championships in the 2020s. Ferris has won 4, this other team has won 1. It's going to be a really fun matchup. I'll obviously talk about that, but yeah, this was everything I thought this game was going to be. Domination from the start to the end, stopping the run, being able to run the ball for Ferris. Just an absolute great performance, and now they look forward to a national championship opportunity, which, like I said, I'll talk about a little bit later. But thank you for everyone for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff, and make sure to tune in to the preview of the national championship game.